Okay, I'll explain more later, but I'm at my doctor's office again, my like primary doctor, and she's gonna do a biopsy of the rash, because like I said, the dermatologist wouldn't do it. She's actually gonna do it. I'm excited. I don't know if she's doing it like exactly like they want you to, but hopefully it'll come out so then I don't have to have the endoscopy. So this is my rash. Gross. Now you want to see that. Ugh, really gross. But anyway, it says he's a slave of the carrier. Anyway, they have to do a punch biopsy, where they punch out with like a cookie cutter a chunk of your skin, and then kind of like seal it off so it doesn't bleed. Probably won't need stitches because it's so little, but hopefully this will give me my answer, and then I won't have to have the endoscopy and have all that invasive intestinal biopsies. So they're gonna come back soon, so I gotta go. Bye. Hey guys. So, I have to fill you in on, hold on, there we go, on some stuff. So last I updated, I was talking about how I just got out of my doctor's appointment with the gastroenterologist, the GI doc, and he had recommended that I do a endoscopy as soon as possible. And he also did a ton of blood work. Well, they called me last night and wanted to schedule it for the next week. He was very insistent about that. And Chris, my husband, doesn't get off. Oh, please don't judge me by my acne today. I'm like crazy broken out. Anyway, it's the gluten. Every time I have an exposure, I break out with acne too, I swear. But anyway, so my husband only gets Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. That's his days off. So that's our weekend. Mondays are our Fridays. Thursdays are our Mondays, you know, for us. Anyway, and he doesn't get days off. So if he takes a sick day, he has to have a proven doctor's note or he gets in trouble or fired. So, like in trouble by, they get there's a point system, and when they get a certain amount of points, they're fired. If you call out sick without a doctor's note, that's 5 points. So he really needs his job. So he couldn't do that. So I had to do, it's very stressful. I was trying to figure out how am I going to go to this procedure on, because they wanted, I forgot important information. They can only do it on Thursday next week. And so I'm like trying to figure out who's going to watch the kids, you know, how am I going to, I'm looking up, simultaneously looking up information on the anesthetic and breastfeeding, and how long I'd have to wait if I really do need to pump and dump, which you don't usually need to pump and dump for like really anything. They're usually wrong about that, which they are wrong. When they told me 12 hours, it was actually 4 hours with the strongest drug. So, and some of them you don't even have to at all. You can just breastfeed as soon as you feel fine. And the 4 hours is only if your baby's under 2 months old. So it would have been fine to nurse, and so I was trying to figure that out. And then it just kind of hit me like, this is a risky procedure. I mean, it has little risks, and, you know, but they are risks. It's an invasive procedure, like very invasive procedure. I mean, you're having someone shove a scope thing down your throat, you know, it's just, and so I'm just looking more and more into it, and I'm like, this, I mean, I know he really wants to get it done to confirm the diagnosis, right? Because they take biopsies of your intestine, your small intestine, and that kind of confirms the diagnosis of celiac. Well, I came across this video where this doctor was talking about how doing the biopsy is not the gold standard anymore for diagnosing, and how like there's better ways and less invasive ways now and stuff. And it made me start thinking about it, and you know, I'm kind of looking more into my rash, and like I said before, I don't know if I said this before, I think I did, the dermatologist refused to do a biopsy. And I don't think I mentioned this before. And he diagnosed the rash on just the basis of, well, I know what it is by looking at it, and with your symptoms, that's definitely what it is. We don't need to waste our time or your money doing a biopsy when I know that's what it is. And I was like, no, I was like really insistent trying to get him, but he just kind of blew me off and left. So, awesome doctor. Anyway, not really. I wouldn't recommend him to anyone. But, and so he kind of like blew me off and wouldn't do it. And then I find, whoa. Oh, there's a crash right there. So, he refused to do the biopsy, and I find out that, like I said, I was finding conflicting information on whether a diagnosis of Dermatitis Herpetiformis is a diagnosis of celiac disease, and I just like didn't know. I mean, I wasn't sure for sure, because I kept getting all this, like, one source would say one thing and another source would say another. So I was just really confused. And then hold on, I have to turn. But anyway, but then I found some good sourced quality information that said that if you have a diagnosis, a confirmed biopsy of Dermatitis Herpetiformis, and it is proved by a biopsy that that's what it is, then that is your diagnosis for celiac disease. Like, if you have that in conjunction with the blood work and your symptoms and whatever else, then that's your diagnosis, and you don't have to have the invasive intestinal biopsies. So I'm like, man, if only that guy did the biopsy of my rash, I wouldn't have to be here stressed out having to have this invasive procedure. And I was like mad about it, because, like, what the heck? So then I'm like, well, maybe since it's next Thursday, maybe I can try to get into another dermatologist, or I don't want to see that same dermatologist, and have the biopsy done. And if it's confirmed through that, which they can do the biopsy wrong and you can have inconclusives and stuff, but if it comes up, yes, that's what it is, then I won't have to go through that. So today I start researching different dermatologists, trying to find someone. No one can take me until May. I don't have time to get a referral. So, and then I call this one dermatologist office, and she's like, why don't you just go? Because she asked me, well, what is it that you need? Like, that you're in a rush? Like, because I'm not in a rush. I just want to make sure that I get the rash while it's still there. And she was like, oh, well, a regular doctor can do that. Oh, okay. So I called my regular primary physician, and she has some experience with dermatology stuff, so that's why I trust her. But and I set up, and they had an appointment available today, and I went in, and she was like, I know I looked through your recent history, and I'm wondering why you're back, and stuff, and why you went to a skin specialist, and then you're here to see me. And so I was just very honest with her, and told her, you know, this is what's been going on, and I have that procedure scheduled for next Thursday, and if I don't have to have it, because you could do a skin, you know, do this punch biopsy and confirm it that way, and I don't have to have that invasive procedure, that would be awesome. And she was so cool. She was like, well, I mean, I'd be going out of my way to do it today, but I don't want your rash to go away, and I could refer you, but if you really want me to do it today, I can. I'm like, yes! So, which is weird, something to get excited about, because they basically take this little metal cookie cutter type thing, slicer, and cut out a circle chunk of your skin. I mean, it's very small, but, and then, you know, send it to a lab and look under the microscope for IgA deposits. I think it's called IgA. Anyway, and so it's kind of weird to get excited about someone, like, punching a piece of your skin out. But, so she agreed to do it, and so I just had that done. They put, like, a lidocaine type of, like, numbing shot in my arm, like, next to the rash, and then put, like, the betadine stuff to clean it, and then just, like, circled it out and picked it up with a pair of, like, tweezer things, and then clipped it off, like, from the flesh. And, yeah, I know, it's really gross. I was going to videotape it, but then I was like, no, that's going too far. You guys don't want to see that. Probably not. You can look it up if you want to see it, though. Anyway, I did. Probably shouldn't have. But anyway, and then they, like, used this stick thing to, like, make it stop bleeding. Like silver nitrate or something. Which was kind of weird, but I figure it's better than bleeding and better than getting stitches, so she did that, and then she just put, like, a bandage on it and some, like, Neosporin type cream, and I mean, it doesn't hurt right now. I mean, I'm sure it'll be a little sore, and so then we have to wait probably like a week, like 2 to 5 days or something for the results, and so I don't know, if that comes up inconclusive, then I guess, you know, I tried that, and I might think about the endoscopy, I don't know, but if it comes up positive, then that's enough for me. Even if the blood work comes up negative because I haven't been eating gluten, like, really regularly, that's enough for me to know I can never eat gluten again. In my mind, I have celiac disease, and I I won't have to be, because like it's kind of like without a doctor like confirming the diagnosis with like a biopsy and having that written out on a piece of paper and them telling you, you know, in your face, you have celiac disease. You kind of have like this denial about it where, I don't know, like it's just really hard to believe that you have something without that, I guess, or maybe just for me, but and there's other reasons to have a diagnosis. I mean, really important reasons, like you know, insurance reasons, and to get the kids tested, and you know, to know to watch out for that, and have family watch out for it in the and there's other reasons to have a diagnosis. I mean, really important reasons. Like, it needs to be in my chart if I have this disease, this autoimmune disease, for future reference. So anyway, I just think it's important to have it documented what you have and whatnot. So anyway, so I have that done. We'll see what happens. Still kind of, I don't know. I think by Monday I should have my blood results, all the blood tests, and see what he says from there. And then still deciding on what I'm going to do about the endoscopy thing. I think that's what it's called, endoscopy, upper GI thing. So, yeah, but that's the update. I just got a piece of my skin chopped off, and there's like a little black burnt mark on my arm hole. It's interesting. But yeah, hopefully this gives us the answers. Like, please, you know, like, I know some people go 10 years without, keep getting wrongly diagnosed when they have celiac disease, and it's just not good. And if I could get diagnosed this quickly, I mean, I've been having symptoms since I was like 8 or 9 years old that I can remember back to, but like I've only been like really feeling the symptoms and affected by the symptoms since I gave birth the first time. So I think that might have like triggered something. Anyway, but that's my theory. But okay, I should stop babbling and just go now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, see you guys later. I'll update when I get the blood work. That'll be my next update. So hopefully I get all these other videos up before then.